next session will be on Women in STEM, breaking barriers of international postdoc success. So I hope you're all excited for our next session. So yes, next let's welcome Dr. Neenu Garg, who will share her inspiring journey of breaking barriers and succeeding in international postdoc roles. So I welcome Dr. Neenu. Put your hands together for Dr. Neenu.
Hello everyone, welcome to my session. I'm Dr. Neenu Garg and I'm doing postdoc in School of Informatics, University of Edinburgh, Scotland. Today I'm here to give a talk on a topic that is very close to my heart. Women in STEM, breaking barriers to international postdoc success. Pursuing an international postdoc can be a career-defining step for women. It offers you the opportunity to expand your technical skills, gain global exposure, build network. Despite of the undeniable benefits of international postdoc position, women face significant challenges. So today I'm here to uncover some of those barriers, and I will also highlight some solutions how you can overcome these barriers. So as all of you are aware about postdoc, a postdoc is an advanced research role that is taken after your PhD, after you complete your PhD. So it is a bridge to an independent research career. It helps you to grow and expand in a special research area. The duration of postdoc can be 6 months. Yes, you hear me right. It can be 6 months as well, and up to 3 years. The duration of postdoc depends upon the project funding. It also depends upon your performance and your understanding between you and your line manager, right? So let's have a look at why international postdoc position carries significant importance in your career. Global exposure and skill enhancement. Pursuing an international postdoc position provides you an opportunity, provides you infinite career opportunities. It opens door to meet new people, build a global network, and you get access to cutting-edge research labs. You get an environment, you get an interaction with researchers from around the world. You get an experience how research is happening at international universities. Networking and collaboration. Working abroad fosters collaboration with experts from around the world. You get a chance to meet people from China, someone from Russia, and that is a completely different experience for you. And diversity of thought and experience. When you sit with people, when you engage with people who have diverse thoughts and experience, that enhances your creativity, that enhances your problem-solving skills, because you get to know how people of other countries solve problems, what is their approach. So it is very important for you to grow. It develops your mindset. Next is building confidence and independence. Moving to a new country itself boosts your confidence to a new level. Especially in women, they develop resilience and independence. And that I can truly tell you that when you are in your own country, I don't want to say like you don't feel independent here, but totally the environment and the energy level that you will feel in the foreign universities is very different from what you feel in Indian universities, right? Again, that is the main motive of my talk, discussing the barriers that you will feel when you get a feeling of doing international postdoc. The first one top hurdle is how to find this opportunity and application preparation. Most of the postdoc positions are scattered across various academic platforms. Some of them are listed on the department-specific websites, and some are even filled with word of mouth in the research community. Next is visa and immigration issues. You must have like thinking that why I put visa and immigration as a challenge too. But believe me, this is the biggest hurdle. Different countries have different visa categories for postdocs. Different visa categories have different processing times. Sometimes there is delay in visa that can totally, put your career on hold. In my case, I got my visa on 3rd of August, 2023, I guess, and my flights were on 13th of August. Now you can imagine how I packed my whole house in just 1 week. Funding and financial constraints. Even if you are able to secure a position, funding is a major constraint. You know, your salary depends upon the funds that are available in the project you are going for. Another thing is, your visa may or may not be sponsored by the university you are aiming for. Some universities don't pay for your visa. Some will cover your travel, not visa. Some will cover your visa and your travel, but not your family. In my case, my university, University of Edinburgh, covered visa, health surcharge for 3 years for me and my family, but they did not cover the travel cost. So, but the upfront cost, that was somewhere around 15 to 20 lakhs. For the first time, I have to bear that cost. When I went to the university, they reimbursed that in 2, 3 months, but you should be ready with that mindset that you need some funds. Work-life balance, always putting family first before your, always putting your this family first, then your career and your health. It is, I think, women cannot escape it, and it's a God's gift. Maybe for some women, it's an unwanted gift that even if you have a lot of support, you cannot ignore your family. So when you move abroad, you have to do a fresh start. From groceries to beddings to house, whatnot, to transport. These things might seem very small to you, but believe me, these are very big things. The very first day when you land into a new country, how to go to the university, which bus to take, from where I do groceries, in which pan I have to cook a tea, how to make a bread toast, whatnot, whatnot. These all small things are reflected in your initial deadlines in your postdoc position, which is required at an international level to a certain level. So these are reflected in the initial few months. For me, the settling time was approximately 3 weeks. I had no home when I landed in a new country. So I know how I managed my life for 3 weeks with my kids and husband. Isolation and limited support. You know, stepping out of your comfort zone is a big problem. When you even for this conference, you must have stepped out from your comfort zone, which must be hard, combing your hair in the morning. You must be looking at the things in the hotel, where to find this, where to find that. Even the small, small things create discomfort. You can imagine when you go to a new country, the level of discomfort you have. You get a feeling of isolation. You don't have any social network. You don't have any network at the academia, in the office. You have to build all that your own self. And at a moment, you get the feeling of isolation. For me, because I moved in the month of August, Raksha Bandhan was the next festival that was coming, and in North India, all festivals start from Raksha Bandhan. I was not able to celebrate the festivals the way I do back home in India, so I got a feeling of isolation, being so alone, like how to celebrate and how to do things. Now I will discuss how you can find and apply for international postdoc positions. The most important thing is leverage academic networks. Talk to your professors, your supervisors in your university. They definitely have contacts in the foreign universities. You can write an email to a professor of your interest, of your specific area, especially mentioning that how you can contribute significantly to their work. Mention about their recent work, mention about your publications. Don't write generic email. Write very clear and mention the name of the professor. Attach your CV and the cover letter. That's all. You can drop an email after 2-3 weeks if you don't hear anything from that professor. Next is utilizing mailing lists and niche platforms. This is something that I missed when I was looking for, but it's very useful. You should subscribe to the mailing list of top conferences in your specific research area. Like my research area is security and privacy, so I have subscribed to PETS conference and many other like crypto. I start getting emails related to any job opening specific to PhDs or postdocs, lecturer, senior lecturer at international level. Then you can search the postdoc positions on LinkedIn. To me, jobs.ac.uk worked perfectly fine. Prepare strong application materials. You know, application process is not easy. Different applications, different positions have different ways of applying. Some applications require you have to create your account on certain platform, then you have to fill a long form, attach your CV, cover letter, research statement, diversity statement, list of publications, your research goal in 5 years, whatnot, and you feel so frustrated. So what I will suggest is prepare these documents in advance. You can prepare generic documents, and while applying for a particular position, you can tailor those according to your requirements, okay? Then you can seek out funding and scholarships. You can apply fully funded positions like Marie Curie Fellowship in computer science, I do. Then you can join women's and international STEM networks. You can join GHCI, connect to people, talk to more people. It's all about networking, organize and track applications. It's not like you apply in one position and you got selected. You will be applying in multiple places. Eventually, the job will disappear from the web. So what I will suggest is when you apply to a position, create a table, put job ID, job description, project description, all the details in that table. So later on, if you get a call, you are able to recollect all the information that what was this job. Prepare well for your interview. This is very important. Don't be late in that interview. It matters to them a lot. Be punctual. You should always prepare a 5-minute presentation for your introduction. You should use that PPT while your introduction. Can anyone tell me what 3 slides you should put for your introduction, in your introduction PPT? Any 3 slides? Sorry? Your achievements. Yes, good. That is a very good thing to start. 3 slides you should never miss, according to me, are your recent research work, your technical skills, and why are you a proper fit for this role. You know, this seems a theoretical slide, but this gives you 30 to 40 seconds to explain why you are perfect for this role. Because during the entire interview, possibly you don't know answer to any question, so you won't get a chance to tell, you know, your candidature for the role. In one interview, honestly speaking, I didn't know answer any of the question, but I got selected. Because in the initial phase, I explained them very well that how I can contribute to their project. So the next is how you can overcome challenges in visa. And I think I missed one important thing in preparing documentation. In documentation, most of the applications require 3 references. Can you tell me who will be the 3 persons from whom you would like to take references, letter of references? Who will be those 3 persons who you will contact to provide you a letter of reference? Professor? Yes, one can be a supervisor. Okay, I tell you. If you are a PhD nearing the end of your career, one has to be a supervisor. It matters if you don't take letter of reference from your supervisor. That counts. I'm talking when you are nearing the end of your PhD, one has to be a supervisor. One has to be your HOD because he's your employer. The last can be from your co-author of any of your paper or any other professor who you know in the related research work. Try to refrain from taking letter of references from anyone of different department. Like a computer science should not take a letter of reference from anyone in the civil engineering. That is considered as a negative impact. Just because that person can write something good about you, refrain from taking letter of references. Next is how you can tackle the visa and immigration issues. These are very big, believe me. You should, you should research country-specific visa requirements early. Like if you want to go to UK, you should search that what visa categories are for you. It's global talent visa and skilled worker visa. You can see for US, you can see for Canada what type of visas you need, what documents you need. You can also check the visa processing times of different countries. You can also consult after your selection to your university if they provide any visa assistance. Mostly we don't ask, but generally they have department that assist you in visa process. You should prepare all the documents. What come in the documents? Your Aadhaar card, your birth certificate, your marriage certificates, you and your kids, and all of these documents should be well translated in English. There are online organizations that are recognized by these specific countries. You can contact those organizations. They will translate these documents for you. But if you have made up your mind, start this step today. Because documentation is one thing that takes time. For me, the documentation process was a hell. My younger one, we don't have the birth certificate. My daughter, her name was wrong. My husband's passport was in some, I don't know in what condition. So documentation for me take 1.5 months. It wasted my lot of time. Join online forums and social media groups. Sometimes visa category is very new. So in that case, you have to, join some online groups. You will definitely find some help. In my case, my visa category was global talent visa. It was very new. I got no help in my city. I did all the formalities, all the documentation on my own, and for me and for my family as well. But the university helped me a little bit. Even they were not aware. They were in the UK, but they were not aware much about the GTV visa. And then what? Some Facebook groups on GTV helped me a lot. Identify fellowships with Bidlin's visa support. Being a PhD, I think it's possible that you are very afraid of the documentation work. So you can also look into the PhD postdoc options where you get built-in visa supports. Like my university was offering me skilled worker visa, and they were ready to do everything for me, but I opted for GTV because of its benefits. In case I opted for skilled worker visa, I would have need not to do anything. So you can, do this. Then how to overcome funding and financial constraints. We Indians always feel hesitate to talk. We always feel hesitate to drop an email. वो क्या सोचेगा? मैं बार-बार मेल कर रही हूँ. वो बुरा मान जाएंगे. Nothing like that. Those people are very cool. You can ask anything. Like you can ask even what to put in the middle name and last name. I'm confused. They will reply you very politely. They are as simple people. So you can always negotiate your salary. In your interview, when you got a call, you can always tell them that this salary I feel a little bit low. You can always talk about your salary. You can consider remote and hybrid postdoc opportunities. I think postdoc is a position in which you are supposed to be on site. If you really want to learn, you should be on site. But if due to certain conditions, financial constraints, you want to be offline, then you can talk to your line manager. But as far as my experience and knowledge says, you have to be in the same country. Like if you're in the UK, you can be in the Scotland and your university is in England. They will allow you coming monthly, coming weekly or twicely. But it's a mutual understanding between you and your line manager. It's not possible being in India and working in UK for postdoc. And again, that makes no sense. Postdoc is all meant to be, making connections and learning to be an independent researcher. Explore external funding sources. This is very important, I tell you. Being a postdoc, nothing is stopping you from writing projects for external agencies who fund such projects. How I'm going to know what are the funding agencies in my field? I don't know. All of you read research papers. In the last, just before references, in certain papers, you see the section acknowledgements. In the acknowledgement section, people always acknowledge a person who funded their work. From there, you will get to know the different funding agencies in your research specific area. Then you can also explore those funding agencies and write projects, write to them for sponsoring your projects. This is something which is going parallel with your postdoc. But this is very important. I would suggest you, otherwise also you should keep on exploring this. Irrespective of in what profession you are, you should write projects for external funding agencies. There are many funding agencies who provide funds all over the world. Like some funding agencies are in the USA, but they sponsor the project, the researchers who are based in India to work remotely. Next is work-life balance and isolation support. This seems to be least important, but it's the most important one. You should talk about your timings, availability about with your manager, that what time you will be available in the office. It helps you to maintain a balance. Connect with other postdoc societies in the university. You will find many. Share with your experience. Learn from them. Share your experience with them. It should not be just you and your university and your department. Step out of your home, step out of your department, talk to local people, join local communities, join virtual communities. I joined EHMC, which is Edinburgh Hindu Mandir Society. I used to go every week and I meet my own people, talk my own language, do the bhajans. That give me, the positive vibrations, and my energy was a different level. Schedule personal time for hobbies and rest. I used to do painting, singing, which I don't find time here back in India due to kids. Communicate with family members and mentors. Sometimes we don't talk to our family. We think that, my parents will feel burdened, that till this point of age, I'm having this problem. How to tell? We start telling our friends our problems, but we don't tell our parents. But I would recommend you connect with your parents. They will feel happy because they will feel that their kids still need their guidance. Make them feel important. Talk to them. Seek guidance from your mentors. Always talk to your supervisor, your postdoc supervisor, about your mental health. It is very important. So, success mantra is consistency in effort, collaborate with others, maintain optimism. I have written 3, but according to me, there is just one success mantra that I follow in my life, which is 100% effort always works. To me, 99.9% effort never works. So just be consistent. This is not like today I write an application, then I forgot I will apply in postdoc after 1 month. No. If you want to pursue postdoc, you have to be consistently applying and interviewing and consistently thinking about yourself in that particular position. You start seeing yourself in that role will automatically come to you. People say many things that you have to apply to 100 institutions, 200 institutions. Even I was told, अपना लेवल थोड़ा नीचे करिए, आप इतनी टॉप यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में अप्लाई कर रही हो, आपका कहीं नहीं होगा. I applied only top 10 universities in the world, and believe me, the 4th one I cracked. The first 3 I also cracked, but I prefer to join University of Edinburgh due to the world number 4 ranking. So this is my QR code on LinkedIn. You can connect with me. I'll be happy to help and connect with you. I would be happy to learn from you, and yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you. Any questions you have?
Thank you so much. To present a token of appreciation from our side, I call upon Arushi from anidabi.org. Please, Arushi. So thank you so much. Hungry, we heard you right. So